Hi, it's Karen from RazzleDazzleInc.com. Thanks for joining today. This is my third gift card holder in my December series of gift card holders. So today we're going to make this project. This is a cute little pocket card, and inside there's a place for a note and a gift card holder. So today we're going to use the Poinsettia Place product suite from Stampin' Up. This product suite is featured in the holiday catalog from Stampin' Up, and this is valid through December 2020. So I'm going to be using some of the Poinsettia Place Designer Series paper, some of the beaded pearls, and then as part of this product suite there's also Poinsettia stamp set and coordinating dies. Those are all on page 15 and 16 in the holiday catalog. If you need a copy of the catalog, certainly reach out to me. I'll be happy to send you one. Alright, so let's get started. The first thing that we're going to need is a piece of cardstock for our base. This is a piece of old olive, and you'll notice here in my sample that I have a couple different colors that are layered on top of each other. I'm going to be using old olive, garden green, and whisper white. So this piece is actually cut to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then next I have a piece of garden green, and this is cut to 4 by 5 1/4. And what I did to save paper is I actually die cut a circle label out of this using my Stitched Shapes dies. It's a circle that's got some stitching in it. Since this piece is going to be covered up with a piece of white, I figured why not reserve paper. It'll work out just fine. So that'll end up getting mounted on that piece. And then I have a piece of whisper white, and that is cut to 4 inches by 4 3/4 inches. And this piece will get mounted right on top of that, like so. So I'm going to adhere those things now. And I'm going to just use some liquid glue today. This is the multi-purpose adhesive. So I'm just going to put some on the back of this. And I like using this glue because it allows me to reposition my pieces if I need to. So we're going to just mount this right on top here. Okay. And then I'm going to glue my piece of whisper white down. And this is great because this will fit in a standard envelope, so there's nothing extra required. I will have all of these dimensions and instructions posted on my stamping blog at RazzleDazzleInc.com. Be sure to check that out. I'll have additional samples posted there too. Okay, so I've got that done. And now the biggest thing that we need to do is I'm using the Designer Series paper from the Poinsettia Place pack, and I'm going to be using this pattern. I have 2 pieces that are cut to 3 1/2 by 4, and the reason that you need 2 pieces is because you're going to be creating a little V shape. And well, let me just show you. So I'm going to use my paper trimmer. And what we're going to do is we're going to lay our Designer Series paper in here. We're going to cut this 3 1/2 by 4 inch piece corner to corner on a diagonal. So I'm just lining that up in my paper trimmer, and we're going to cut that in half. So now you get 2 pieces. My other piece, now I just cut that like this. My other piece I need to cut the opposite way. So I need to cut it like that. Like this. and I'll show you how that works. So again, line up those corners. Oops. Give it a trim. Okay, so we got those cut. Now the reason for that is we've got these pieces and these pieces. So I want to lay these on here like so. But if I do that, this piece won't be the same. See, it's a little lower. So by taking one of these pieces, I can line those up and get basically 2 cards out of 1 piece. So I'll save these again to make my next gift card holder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply just put some liquid glue along that surface, so that way it leaves my pocket open. So I'm just going to do a real fine line of liquid glue. I'm also going to put in the comments below all of the materials that I'm using today, and there will be links right to my website. So if you're interested in ordering any of those, you certainly can do that. And be sure to like and share my video. I would greatly appreciate that. And leave a comment. I'd love to know what you think about these projects. Okay, so I'm just going to line this up right on the white piece, edge to edge. Give that a good press and let that set. And do the same thing with this. And just along the edges, the side, and the bottom edge. You don't want to go too far in because you want to leave room for your insert. Alright, so we'll line this right up on the white. And there you have it. Give it a good press. Whoops, there we go. And I'll let that dry. Now we can start to do some stamping. So the next thing that I have a little piece of Whisper white cardstock, and that's cut to 2.5 inches by 8 inches. And what I'm going to do is just fold this in half. And this will be my actual card that I can write a message on and include my gift card on. So I'm going to use my bone folder and give that a nice crisp crease. And I'm going to do some stamping on here too. Now, I have a piece of garden green cardstock that's cut to 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. And this will actually get mounted onto this piece as a background. But I want to do my stamping first, so that way I don't have any stamp marks on this piece. So I need to grab a piece of scrap paper. And I don't have any scrap paper handy. Just a moment. Be right back. Here's a piece of scrap paper. And I'm going to be stamping my greeting first. And I'm going to use soft suede ink, because that coordinates with my designer series paper. And I don't want to forget, I'm going to put a little foam mat underneath my paper here. These are photopolymer stamps, and they just need a little bit of a cushion. And look at that, I just got a smudge on my paper here. So I'm going to flip it over. You'll never know. Okay, so I'm going to stamp this kind of towards the top half. Give that a good press. Next, I'm going to take my stamp that looks like berries, and I'm going to add some of those just to kind of fill in up here. And I'm going to add some down at the bottom. Then I'm going to use the color called So Saffron. That coordinates with the Designer Series paper. And there's this little stamp that actually fills in the berries. They line up perfectly. So I'm going to just kind of give that a little stamp and line these up. There we go. Same thing for this. Being that they're photopolymer, it's easy to see through. And then I've got, finally, Old Olive ink. And I'm going to add some greenery with my pine bow. And we'll just add a little bit over here. Maybe a little here. And I'll add some down here. Perfect. Now my stamping is done. So what I'm going to do next is just layer this on here. And again, I'm going to use some liquid glue, cover up that smudge. And adhere this right onto this cardstock. There. And that'll be the insert that goes right into my little pocket. Isn't that cute? We're not done yet. I need to adhere this and build my poinsettia flower. So in order to adhere this, I've got to be careful and not to put glue on this part. I only want glue in this section. So I'm going to actually apply some glue right to this part, just so I don't overshoot where I'm putting that. And then I'm going to stick this right down, kind of positioning it in the center. There we go. Now I did die cut in advance some of the pieces to my poinsettia. What I love about these dies is they actually cut and emboss the pieces. So my leaves have some embossing on them and my petals do as well. So it's pretty cool. And all I'm going to do is kind of build this up a little bit. So I've got my largest on the bottom, and then I'm going to add some liquid glue on these. So this is going to be my bottom piece, and I'm going to build it right on my backer. So we'll glue that down. And then what I'm going to do when I go to glue this one down is I'm actually going to stagger these petals a little bit, just so that way it fills in the gaps. And what you can do as you build this, I'm going to use my bone folder, adjust this a little bit, and you can actually use your bone folder to curl your petals and give it a little bit of dimension, and you won't get any fold lines or crease lines that way. Just gives it a softer bend. Okay, then I'll glue this one down. Okay, I'm just going to lift these with my fingers just to curl them a little bit. And you could even sponge the edges of these if you wanted them to pop a little more. And then I have this little one, last but not least. We'll put this down. A little bit of glue. Now, there's one finishing touch that I want to add on here. and I want to show you a technique. I'm going to be using the beaded pearls that are included in this product suite. They're absolutely beautiful. They add a lot of elegance. Hopefully you can see that okay. And what I'm going to do is bring my scrap paper in again. I'm actually going to use the Stampin' blends. These are the alcohol markers, and this color is called bronze. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually color the pearl, and that'll kind of turn it into this brown center of my flower. Now, let me show you here. We're going to just color right on this, if I can hold it still. And you can see it changes that color. So you can do this with any color, depending on whatever project you're working on. You can just color your pearls. Done. And then what I'm going to do is just take some glue dots and adhere that right to the center of my flower. Now I like to put 3 glue dots on the back of this. These are a little heavy, and I think that they just stick better and won't come off. I don't have to worry about them coming off. So 3 glue dots, and we'll put that right on the center of the flower. Perfect. Now I did forget to put my leaves on my poinsettia, but that's okay, because what I can do is just adhere a glue dot onto these and tuck it underneath my flower. So I'm going to just take this, kind of tuck it right under there, and adhere that down. No big deal. So we've got another one. I'm just going to curl those up a little bit. And one more. And we'll stick this in here. And that's it. My little gift card holder card. So that's it. Hopefully you can make a couple of these for the holidays. Now, and try to get the whole card in the pocket. That would be helpful. Alright, I hope you like that. Thanks for watching, and watch for the next video on gift cards. Take care.